If you ever read anything about things fall apart, it's usually about the tragedy of Okonko, maybe about Ikemefuna, but usually about colonialism. I want to add another way of reading the novel. This way is what I would call work and play. Things Fall Apart is arguably the most influential African novel ever written. It's often read as a story about tragedy and colonialism. But there is another structure holding the whole book together. Before Achebe, there was another author named Amos Tutuola who published The Palm Wine Drinker in 1952. That was 6 years before Things Fall Apart. When this novel came out, many Western educated Africans mocked the book. They were quite embarrassed by what they saw as a primitive style of writing, what we might call Yoruba English today. But Achebe defended Tutuola in an essay titled Work and Play. And there is the key point to what I'm trying to say. The same idea that Achebe wrote about in Work and Play actually is very important to understand what is going on in Things Fall Apart. What do I mean? Take Okonko's father, Unoka. Unoka represents too much play, music, pleasure, no titles, no yams. But what happens to him? He dies outside political power. He gets so stricken and is taken to the evil forest. Now look at Okonko himself. What does he represent? He represents too much work, no rest, no softness, no balance. When society turns violence into ritual, Okonko wants real war. The society, the Igbo society in Things Fall Apart, Mafia, but redirects violence into wrestling, into festivals, into ceremony. But Okonko rejects all of this balance. And that is where the tragedy begins. In the end, the irony is quite brutal. Both Unoka and Okonko end in the evil forest. Achebe's message is quite clear. A culture and a person cannot survive without balance.